Shalom, my friends. I'm Rabbi David, and today I'm going to share 7 life lessons from the Torah that will change you forever. These are not just nice ideas. These are not just positive affirmations. These are ancient, timeless, powerful principles that once you learn them, once you truly understand them, you will never be the same. Your life will change. Your relationships will change. Your finances will change. Your destiny will change. By the end of this video, you will know these 7 lessons. You will understand their power, and you will have a clear path to implement them and transform your life. But before I reveal these lessons, I need to ask you something. Drop a comment below and tell me, what is the most important life lesson you've learned so far? What's one piece of wisdom that has changed your life? Tell me in the comments because I want to learn from you as well. Now, before we dive deep into this teaching, I need your help with something important. I'm on a mission to reach 50,000 subscribers so I can spread this timeless wisdom about wealth, faith, and legacy to even more people. If you believe this wisdom deserves to be shared, if you believe these ancient secrets can transform lives, then please hit that subscribe button right now and join this growing community of modern thinkers and future millionaires. And I have something special for you. I've created the Torah Millionaire Business School, a complete course for just $299, and it's closing soon. In this course, I unveil the full Torah wealth system, the same 3,000-year-old Jewish money laws that built dynasties, protected families, and created unstoppable prosperity. The link is in the comments below. Don't miss this opportunity. All right, let's get into it. Life is a journey of learning. We learn from our successes. We learn from our failures. We learn from our experiences. But the most powerful lessons are the ones that have stood the test of time, the ones that are rooted in ancient wisdom, the ones that come from God Himself. And the Torah is filled with these lessons. Today, I'm going to share 7 of the most powerful life lessons from the Torah. These are lessons that have guided our people for thousands of years, lessons that have helped us survive, thrive, and prosper in every generation. Lessons that, if you apply them, will change your life forever. Life lesson number 1. Your thoughts create your reality. This is the most fundamental lesson of all. Your life is a reflection of your thoughts. What you think about, you bring about. What you focus on, you create. Your inner world creates your outer world. In Proverbs, King Solomon says, "As a man thinks in his heart, so is he." Your thoughts determine your identity. Your identity determines your actions. Your actions determine your destiny. It all starts with your thoughts. If you think thoughts of poverty, you will experience poverty. If you think thoughts of sickness, you will experience sickness. If you think thoughts of failure, you will experience failure. Your thoughts are prophecies that you speak over your own life. But if you think thoughts of wealth, you will experience wealth. If you think thoughts of health, you will experience health. If you think thoughts of success, you will experience success. Your thoughts are creative forces that shape your reality. In the Torah, we see this principle in the story of the 12 spies. When they went into the promised land, 10 of them came back with thoughts of fear and doubt. They said, "We can't conquer this land. The giants are too big. We're like grasshoppers." Their thoughts created their reality. They wandered in the desert for 40 years and died without entering the land of promise. But 2 of them,
Joshua and Caleb came back with thoughts of faith and victory. They said, "We can do this. God is with us. The land is ours." Their thoughts created their reality. They entered the promised land and experienced abundance. Same land, same giants, different thoughts, different reality. This is the first lesson. Your thoughts create your reality. So guard your thoughts, choose your thoughts, align your thoughts with God's thoughts. Think thoughts of faith, hope, love, abundance, and victory, and your life will reflect it. Life lesson number 2. Your words have the power of life and death. Your thoughts are powerful, but your words are even more powerful, because words are thoughts that have been released. They are creative forces that go out into the world and shape reality. In Proverbs, King Solomon says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." Your words can create life, or they can create death. They can create blessing, or they can create curse. They can create success, or they can create failure. What you speak over your life, you will experience. If you say, "I'm always broke," you will be. If you say, "I'm always sick," you will be. If you say, "I'm a failure," you will be. Your words are programming your future. But if you say, "I am prosperous," you will be. If you say, "I am healthy," you will be. If you say, "I am successful," you will be. Your words are creating your destiny. In the Torah, we see this in the story of creation. God spoke the world into existence. He said, "Let there be light," and there was light. He spoke, and reality formed. His words had creative power. And you are made in God's image, which means your words also have creative power. When you speak, you are creating, you are prophesying, you are shaping your future. So use your words wisely. Speak life, speak blessing, speak abundance, speak success, speak health, speak victory. Speak God's promises over your life, and watch as your words become your reality. Life lesson number 3. You reap what you sow. This is the law of cause and effect, the law of action and consequence, the law of sowing and reaping. What you put out into the world, you get back. If you sow seeds of kindness, you will reap a harvest of kindness. If you sow seeds of generosity, you will reap a harvest of generosity. If you sow seeds of hard work, you will reap a harvest of success. If you sow seeds of faith, you will reap a harvest of miracles. But if you sow seeds of anger, you will reap a harvest of conflict. If you sow seeds of selfishness, you will reap a harvest of loneliness. If you sow seeds of laziness, you will reap a harvest of poverty. If you sow seeds of doubt, you will reap a harvest of failure. You cannot sow one thing and reap another. You cannot sow apple seeds and get orange trees. You cannot sow negativity and get a positive life. You reap what you sow. In the Torah, this principle is everywhere. In the book of Galatians, it says, "Do not be deceived. God cannot be mocked. A man reaps what he sows. Whoever sows to please their flesh, from the flesh will reap destruction. Whoever sows to please the Spirit, from the Spirit will reap eternal life." This is not a punishment, this is a law. It's how the universe works. What you give, you get. What you plant, you harvest. What you sow, you reap. So be intentional about what you're sowing. Sow good seeds. Sow seeds of love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Sow seeds of value, service, and excellence. Sow seeds of generosity, faith, and obedience. And you will reap a harvest of blessing, abundance, and prosperity. Life lesson number 4. Your character is your destiny. It's not your talent that determines your success. It's not your education. It's not your connections. It's your character. Who you are is more important than what you do. Your being determines your becoming. In Proverbs, King Solomon says, "The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity." Your integrity, your character, your moral compass, this is what guides you to success or to destruction. Wealth without character is temporary. Success without integrity is fleeting. Power without humility is dangerous. Your character is the foundation upon which your life is built. And if the foundation is weak, the building will collapse. In the Torah, we see this in the story of King Saul and King David. Saul was chosen as king because he was tall and handsome. He had the external qualifications, but he lacked character. He was insecure, jealous, and disobedient, and he lost his kingdom. David was a shepherd boy. He didn't have the external qualifications, but he had character. He had a heart after God. He was humble, courageous, and faithful. And he became the greatest king in Israel's history. Character is destiny. So focus on building your character. Cultivate integrity. Develop humility. Practice discipline. Choose courage. Walk in faithfulness. Because who you are determines what you will become. Life lesson number 5. The obstacle is the way. Most people see obstacles as problems. They see challenges as setbacks. They see difficulties as reasons to quit. But the wise see obstacles as opportunities. They see challenges as training. They see difficulties as stepping stones. In the Torah, we learn that God uses obstacles to grow us, to strengthen us, and to prepare us for our destiny. The obstacle is not in the way, the obstacle is the way. In the book of James, it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Trials are not meant to destroy you. They're meant to develop you. Obstacles are not meant to stop you. They're meant to strengthen you. Difficulties are not meant to defeat you. They're meant to complete you. In the Torah, we see this in the story of Joseph. He was sold into slavery by his brothers. He was falsely accused and thrown into prison. He faced obstacle after obstacle. But every obstacle was preparing him for his destiny. Slavery taught him humility. Prison taught him leadership. And in the end, he became the second most powerful man in Egypt and saved his family from famine. He told his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." The obstacle was the way. So when you face an obstacle, don't despair, don't quit, don't complain. Ask, what is this teaching me? How is this growing me? How is this preparing me? And embrace the obstacle as the path to your destiny. Life lesson number 6. To be wealthy, you must be a giver. This is a paradox that most people don't understand. They think that to be wealthy, you must accumulate, you must hoard, you must keep. But the Torah teaches the opposite. To be wealthy, you must be a giver. To receive, you must release. To get, you must give. In Proverbs, King Solomon says, "One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. The generous will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." This is the law of circulation. Money is a current. It must flow. If you hoard it, it stagnates. If you release it, it circulates and comes back to you multiplied. In the Torah, we are commanded to tithe, to give the first 10% of our income back to God. This is not a suggestion, it's a command, and it's a test. In Malachi, God says, "Test me in this, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be room enough to store it." Giving is an act of faith. It's a declaration that you trust God, not money. It's a statement that you believe in abundance, not scarcity. It's a seed that you sow for a future harvest. So if you want to be wealthy, be a giver. Give generously, give cheerfully, give consistently. Give your first and your best. And watch as God opens the floodgates of heaven and pours out a blessing you cannot contain. Life. Lesson number 7. Your life is not about you. This is the ultimate lesson, the one that brings all the others together. Your life is not about your comfort, your happiness, or your success. Your life is about your purpose. It's about serving others. It's about making a difference. It's about leaving a legacy. In the Torah, we learn that we were created for a purpose. We were put on this earth to fulfill a divine assignment. And true fulfillment, true joy, true wealth comes from living for something bigger than yourself. In the book of Mark, it says, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it. But whoever loses their life for me and for the gospel will save it." What good is it for someone to gain the whole world, yet forfeit their soul? This is the great paradox. If you live for yourself, you will lose your life. But if you lose your life for a greater purpose, you will find it. In the Torah, we see this in the life of Moses. He was a prince of Egypt. He had wealth, power, and comfort. He could have lived a life of luxury, but he chose to identify with his people, the Hebrew slaves. He chose to lead them to freedom. He chose to live for a purpose bigger than himself, and he became one of the greatest leaders in history. Your life is not about you. It's about your purpose. It's about your assignment. It's about the people you're called to serve, the problems you're called to solve, the difference you're called to make. So find your purpose, discover your assignment, and live for it. Serve others. Add value.
make a difference. And you will find a joy, a peace, and a prosperity that you could never find by living for yourself. These are the 7 life lessons from the Torah that will change you forever. 1. Your thoughts create your reality. 2. Your words have the power of life and death. 3. You reap what you sow. 4. Your character is your destiny. 5. The obstacle is the way. 6. To be wealthy, you must be a giver. 7. Your life is not about you. Learn them, meditate on them, apply them, and I promise you, you will never be the same. Now, let me give you a 30-day challenge that will help you implement these lessons. For the next 30 days, I want you to focus on one lesson each day. On day 1, focus on your thoughts. On day 2, focus on your words. On day 3, focus on what you're sowing, and so on. Cycle through the 7 lessons for 30 days. Keep a journal. Write down what you're learning. Write down what's changing. Write down the results you're seeing. And at the end of 30 days, you will have started a transformation that will last a lifetime. Here's my final challenge to you. In the comments below, tell me which of these 7 lessons resonated with you the most. Which one do you need to focus on right now? Write it down. Make it public. Create accountability. And if this video shared life lessons that will change
you forever, subscribe to this channel. Share it with someone who needs to hear this, because this wisdom has the power to transform lives, to break chains, to create freedom, and to activate destiny. Remember, these are not just ideas, they are principles, they are laws, they are truths that have stood the test of time. And if you build your life on them, you will build a life that is strong, prosperous, and unshakable. So, learn these lessons, live these lessons, and you will never be the same. Shalom, my friends, and may you be blessed with the wisdom to understand these 7 life lessons, the courage to apply them to your life, the discipline to practice them every single day, the faith to believe that as you do, your life will be transformed, and the testimony to see that by building your life on these timeless Torah principles, you have created a legacy of blessing, abundance, and purpose that will last for generations to come. Let me go deeper into each of these lessons, because understanding them intellectually is one thing, but living them is another. And it is in the living that the transformation happens. Let's revisit life lesson number 1. Your thoughts create your reality. I had a client, let's call him Samuel. Samuel was a brilliant man, an architect, but he was constantly struggling financially. He believed that architects were supposed to be starving artists. He had a deep-seated belief that creative people couldn't be wealthy. This was his program, this was his thought pattern, and his reality reflected it. He was always undercharging for his work, always attracting clients who didn't want to pay, always just scraping by. We worked together for months, not on his business strategy, but on his thinking. I had him create a new thought pattern, a new belief. He started declaring every single day, I am a wealthy and successful architect. My creativity is a source of immense value and abundance. I attract high-paying clients who respect my work. He wrote it down, he said it out loud, he visualized it, he saturated his mind with this new thought. It was difficult at first, his old programming fought back, but he persisted. And after about 3 months, something shifted. He got a call from a developer for a project larger than anything he had ever done before. The developer didn't question his fees. He respected his work. He valued his creativity. That one project changed Samuel's financial life forever. But it wasn't the project that changed him, it was the change in his thinking that attracted the project. Your thoughts create your reality. Now, life lesson number 2. Your words have the power of life and death. Let me give you a practical tool for this. Every morning, I want you to speak 10 declarations over your life. I call them the 10 declarations of destiny. Write them down, put them on your mirror, say them out loud with passion and conviction. Here they are. 1. I am loved and approved by God. 2. I am a person of immense value and purpose. 3. I am a magnet for miracles, opportunities, and blessings. 4. I am healthy, strong, and full of energy. 5. I am prosperous, and money flows to me easily and effortlessly. 6. I am a person of wisdom, and I make excellent decisions. 7. I am a blessing to everyone I meet, and I add value wherever I go. 8. I am surrounded by favor, and doors of opportunity open for me. 9. I am courageous, and I take bold action on my dreams. 10. I am living a life of purpose, passion, and legacy. Speak these 10 declarations every single day, and watch as your words begin to shape your world. Watch as you become what you speak. Let's move to life lesson number 3. You reap what you sow. There's a concept in farming called seed, time, and harvest. You plant a seed, then there is a period of time when nothing seems to be happening. You have to water the seed, protect it, and wait. This is the time of faith. This is the time of patience. And then, after the time has passed, you get the harvest. And the harvest is always greater than the seed. Your life works the same way. Every action you take is a seed. Every word you speak is a seed. Every thought you think is a seed. And there will be a time of waiting, a time where it feels like nothing is happening. But if you continue to sow good seeds, if you continue to act with integrity, to speak with faith, to think with abundance, the harvest will come, and it will be greater than you can imagine. Don't be discouraged in the time of waiting. Don't give up because you don't see immediate results. Trust the process. Trust the law. You will reap what you sow. Keep sowing good seeds. Now, life lesson number 4. Your character is your destiny. Let's break down the key character traits that create a destiny of success and prosperity. There are many, but let me give you 3 of the most important. First, integrity. This is being honest, trustworthy, and having strong moral principles.